Hello everyone, welcome back to Shikara Academy. So in this video, I am going to discuss Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. This scheme is in news recently because there have been some changes which have been made in this scheme to give further relaxations to the farmers. So this is very important for any public service examinations for UPSC, TGPSC, APPSC or any other public service examinations. So what is Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana? Fasal means crop, Bima means insurance. So this is a crop insurance scheme for any disasters. If the farmers are losing their crops, so this scheme will provide insurance coverage for them. So this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana was launched in 2016. It was launched in 2016. It is a flagship crop insurance scheme of the central government. This Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana replaced the earlier scheme, National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, National Agriculture Insurance Scheme, and Modified National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. So these were earlier schemes. So this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana replaced these old schemes. So it operates under the one nation, one crop, one premium principle. One nation, one crop, one premium. So this is the principle under which we have removed the old insurance schemes and bought one holistic insurance scheme. Now, what are the core objectives of this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana? One, it is providing financial support. It provides insurance cover against crop failure due to natural calamities like floods, cyclones, etc. Then pests, because of pests, if for diseases, if the farmers lose their crops because of some diseases, then also they will get insurance. And if the crops die because of some diseases, then also the farmers will get insurance. So for natural calamities, pests and diseases, pest attacks happen, right? Like we have locust attacks. Locust attacks happen on crops. So such type of pest attacks or any insect attacks. We have cotton bollworms. For brinjal, we have some insects which destroy the crops. So such type of when pests, when they attack these crops, these farmers can claim the insurance. Then it will provide income stability. It will stabilize farmer income to ensure continuance in farming. For example, a farmer has taken a loan and he has used that money to grow a crop, and now that crop is destroyed because of any natural calamity or pests or diseases. Now the farmer has to repay his loan. The farmer has to repay his loan, but he does not have the income because the crop is lost, and the farmer also wants money to sow the next crop. So it is having a double burden. Because of this Fasal Bima Yojana, it will be easier for the farmer to continue his farming. And it encourages farmers to adopt innovative and modern agricultural practices so that they can have proper information. And also it allows flow of credit to agriculture sector so that the farmers can get proper loans, formal credit, so that farmers will not go to informal sector where they will get trapped in poverty, get trapped in debt. So this share, how do farmers pay premium, how do governments pay premium, what is the scheme offering? Farmers will pay minimal uniform premium rate. They will pay very less amount. And the balance amount is paid by the government, both central government and state government. So, between central government and state government, it is 50-50 split. Now, for kharif crops means what? Those crops which are happening in, which are sown in rainy season or during southwest monsoon. Those crops are called kharif crops. On kharif crops, farmers pay 2% premium only. Farmers will pay only 2% premium. 2% of the premium. On Rabi crops, farmers will pay only 1.5% of the premium. If the premium is 10,000 rupees, farmer will pay only 2% of that premium. In case of Rabi crops, if the premium is some X amount, then farmer will pay only 1.5%. For commercial crops, farmers will pay 5% of the premium. Is it visible to you guys? Yes. Now, the remaining amount of the premium will be shared by central and state governments. In normal states, the share is 50-50. In normal states, the share is 50-50. In some northeastern states, it is 90-10. Central government will pay 90%, state government will pay the remaining 10%. So, unlike in previous schemes, there is no upper limit on government subsidy. Government can give any subsidy, there is no upper limit. Even if the balance premium is high, it is fully borne by the government. There is no upper limit that government will pay the remaining amount up till 10,000. If I say up till 10,000, so if the premium is more than 10,000, the upper amount is government is not paying. But in this Fasal Bima Yojana, there is no upper limit. So the farmer will pay 2%. The remaining whatever amount it is, the government will pay that. So we are here, there is an approach called area approach, where defined areas for each notified crop for widespread calamities. If there are floods, cyclone impact, or any other natural calamity has happened, so in that situation, we will take the area approach. Overall, on the area, we will calculate the crop which has been lost, and by that way, it will be divided in the farmers, and the subsidy will be, insurance will be given. So this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is having comprehensive risk coverage before sowing, during the crop when it is standing, and post harvest. Prevented sowing and planting. If there are some conditions because of which farmers were not able to sow because of adverse weather conditions. For example, there is drought. Southwest monsoon is expected to reach India by the month of June, but monsoon is not arrived in India, because of which farmers are not able to sow the seeds. Now, in that condition also, they will get insurance. And while the crop is standing, then because of some drought, floods, inundation, pests, diseases, landslides, natural fires, etc., if the crops are lost, then also they will be eligible for taking the insurance. Then post harvest, after the crop is harvested, after the crop is cut, then up to 14 days from harvesting, the crop is usually, when you see, when the farmers harvest their crops, they will keep them in one place, they will cover the crops. But because of some flooding, etc., cyclonic rains, if the crop is lost, then also post harvest losses also are covered in this insurance scheme. So this is a holistic scheme where farmers are not only getting the insurance during the standing of crop, but also they are getting pre-sowing and also post harvest insurance. What are the recent policy updates which has happened? New coverage is wildlife attack. earlier wildlife attack was not added in the localized risks. Now wild animal attack, uh, because of attack by wild pigs or buffaloes or the wild animals like nilgai, because of which there is loss of crop. So this wild animal attack was not included in the insurance claims earlier. Because of now growing human wildlife conflict, the Ministry of Agriculture has included this wild animal attack as the fifth add-on cover under the localized risks. So there is a localized risk section in which there are certain things, and in that a fifth object is added, which is wild animal attack. So to get insurance under this clause, the farmers have to report the crop loss within 72 hours via crop insurance app by tagging the photographs of the lost crop, or if possible when the attack is happening they can take photos, or the lost crop photos they can take, and they can geotag these photos and upload them on the crop insurance app, and there they can claim their insurance cover. So which animal attacks? Respective states can define specific animal attacks which are where the crops are vulnerable. So in some regions they will be vulnerable to nilgai. In some forest regions they will be vulnerable to warthogs, like these wild pigs. So the states can define which type of animal attacks will be considered in this cover. When will this be implemented? This will be implemented effective from 2026. Next year, which is 2026, Kharif season, rainy season. From next year, rainy season crops. From next year, Kharif crops, this insurance will be applicable. So this is newly added. One more thing is also added. This was earlier present, but it was removed. Then it is again added now. It is paddy inundation. Paddy inundation is reintroduced. It was removed in 2018. It was present in 2016, removed in 2018, again added in 2025. Applicable from 2026 Kharif season. Right? So this inundation is a localized calamity. It is also added under localized calamity. So vital for coastal and flood prone states like Odisha, Assam, West Bengal, where there are frequent inundations, not flooding, but the crops are inundated under water because of heavy rainfalls, etc. So it was not very much viable to calculate this inundation earlier, hence it was removed. But it is again added because there is a major gap which is being created because of removing of this inundation. This will be implemented along with the wild animal cover from the Kharif 2026. This inclusion of paddy inundation will close a major gap for rice farmers facing seasonal flooding. So what is the technology which is being used in this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, technology and transparency? There is a Tech yield estimation system based on technology. Tech yield estimation system based on technology is the Tech. What is this? This is a remote sensing and satellite imagery. So this is a remote sensing satellite imagery system. How is this technology used? To estimate yields accurately, how much yield the crop is giving, and it reduces the reliance on manual crop cutting experiments. So there is no need for person to directly go and check how much yield is coming crop to crop. It removes that all complex process. So by directly from satellite imagery, it can directly estimate how much there is crop is there, how much loss has happened, etc. Then there is DigiClaim. So this is a module under National Crop Insurance Portal. We have a National Crop Insurance Portal. If you go on this portal, there is a Digi Claim. On this, you can directly claim for your insurance. Electronic claim can be taken place over there. So farmers can go on that app and they can claim for their insurance. It will ensure transparency and the farmers can get their amount directly to their bank accounts. Then there is one more portal called WINDS portal, Weather Information Network Data Systems. Weather Information Network Data System. This is also a centralized platform to host, manage and process hyper-local weather and data from automatic weather stations. So, this will provide weather data to the farmers so that they can estimate when the rain is coming, when the cyclone is reaching, all those, if whatever the measures they have to take, they can take earlier with this type of earlier data. So, weather information will be provided to the farmers on a earlier basis through this WINDS portal. So, earlier we had National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. Now we have Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So, this in this old scheme, the premium rates were very high and variable, and they also have capped system where the upper limit was given. But in the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, the premium rates are low. They are uniform, like 1.5%, 2% and 5%. 2% for Kharif crops, 1.5% for Rabi crops and 5% for commercial crops. So, this is uniform system, and also there is no upper cap for government. So, government subsidy here is capped. Farmer paid more if the premium is high, whereas in this system there is no upper limit. Government pays the balance, whatever it is. Technology wise, it was limited and manual, whereas in this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, mandatorily we are using proper high-tech technology, like we are using drones, satellite imagery, different apps, etc. are used over here. What is the risk coverage? In the old scheme, it was localized coverage, whereas in this scheme, it is comprehensive, includes pre-sowing and also post-harvest, not only just on the standing crops. So, this you can write even in your mains answers in comparison. What are the challenges faced by this Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana? There is state defaults. Several states delay releasing their share of subsidy, leading to delayed claim settlements. So, farmers are getting delayed settlements which will impact their cycle, which will make them go into debt traps. Then assessment delays. Despite of using high technology like satellite data, etc. Despite this, there are disputes over yield data between insurance companies and states, which is a continuous persistent issue. Then this scheme is a voluntary scheme. So, farmers have to voluntarily enroll in this scheme. This was mandatory for loany farmers initially. Whoever took the agriculture loans for farming, for agriculture, they used to have this scheme mandatorily. But now it is voluntary for all. Whoever wants, they can take. Whoever doesn't want, they can leave. So, this type of voluntary scheme will reduce the coverage area. And there is also lack of awareness among the farmers regarding the reporting timelines. There are timelines in which they have to report. For example, just now we have saw that when we have localized animal attacks, they have to report within 72 hours. Now imagine the farmer doesn't know this, then he will not be able to claim his insurance money. So these are some of the issues. There is a very famous bead model which is followed in Maharashtra, which we can follow. Adopting this model, where insurance companies refund a portion of their premium if claims are low. So, if there is no natural disaster, no pest attacks, no diseases, then all the premium which the people have paid, farmers have paid, governments have paid premium amounts, right? So, those premium amounts are gone with those companies only, insurance companies. But in this bead model, if there are very few claims, then This companies, insurance companies will return back some of the premium money. And and states will bridge the gap if claims are too high. If claims are very high, then states will contribute some money so that the companies can give the premium to the farmers. So this will help very much to the farmers. Then IEC activities like intensifying information, education and communication. Proper information on weather, on the schemes, etc., educating farmers and communicating them on the recent updates will help farmers making aware, like the 74-hour reporting rule, etc. We can educate the farmers and we have to communicate to the farmers this information. So this have to happen on a regular basis. Then tech adoption, full transition to remote sensing for yield estimation to eliminate human errors and moral hazard in assessment. This is a UPSC practice question for you. Discuss the significance of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in mitigating agrarian distress. How does the recent inclusion of wild animal attacks and paddy inundation strengthen the scheme's efficacy? You also can compare the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana with the old insurance schemes like National Insurance Agriculture Insurance Scheme, and also can say how this scheme is better than that. Thank you all. We'll meet in the next lecture.